Welcome back with another episode of Let's Talk with 4Q Lou. And you know what I'm saying? Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Look, I've been going for a minute and there's not too many excuses, but I just won't feeling it. Like, I had the little burst where everything was all good for that, a week or two. And I was just like, man, I'm feeling this. I can do this. I can do that. But then it got to the point where it was like the creativity was getting a little hard for me. Like, just I was overthinking things and making things harder than what it was. And I'm a big podcast fan. Like, I watched like the 85 South show, $1 Million with the Game, 5150, just all them podcasts. And I just be like, yo, one thing I noticed, they all got multiple people helping them. Like, not even just helping, but like they got like, they can brainstorm off of one another. And I'm by myself right now. So that's why the challenge was a little bit harder for me. But, you know, so I'm back. I've been thinking about it day and night. And I felt like, you know, I had a good start and run, you know. So I got a little couple subscribers, my first couple episodes. So like, yo, let me keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Let me stay motivated. Let me do what I got to do. So with today's episode, we about to get into, you know, so I just came off a little vacation. I was in Jamaica and Montego Bay to be exact. So I'm about to put a little clip in there on what I was doing. We about to talk about that. Let's get it.
You did it!
Like, yo, I dreamed of doing stuff like that. Like, I'm in the Caribbean Sea with it. I'm coming off the slides. It's a famous cliff jump out there. I jumped off that shit twice, and when I tell you, it felt like I was falling forever. Like, that shit crazy. And there's people out there that does it on like some hobby shit. Like, they just running up off that shit. Nah, not me. I was a little skeptical, but I had to. You know, when you got that little burst of energy, you like, all right, I gotta act now, or if I don't, that shit can go away, and then I'm gonna be stuck. So when I jumped, like, it's a certain way you have to jump, and so you can land properly or whatever. Cause that water, you hitting that water with all that momentum, that shit hurt. But you know what I'm saying? I did that shit. I went snorkeling. That shit was dope. What else we do? We did the ATVs. We did a little zoo shit, all that. It was dope. And like the most important thing that I really liked about Jamaica was the people. Like, they didn't complain as much, and they had way less than we did. So just going out there and seeing how they was moving, how they was living, that shit was dope. Like, as far as them being hustlers, them working, them, you know what I'm saying, they not complaining. They know what they got to deal with. They know how to deal with it. So like, just seeing a different culture and all that was it was dope to me. And that was my first international, something like that. Going out the country, like, that was, yeah, going out the country and shit, like, that was my first trip doing that. So that was dope just to see that and be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Meeting the people and like, shit, Montego Bay lit. Like, if y'all want to go to Jamaica and y'all kind of like iffy about it, man, do that shit. That shit dope. But I will tell you, they do not take no for an answer out there. Like we went to these gift shops and shit. And one thing I noticed, they all like had 98% sold the same shit. Like, just different locations had the same shit. And you know what I'm saying? That was kind of like you got to tell them no. Then somebody else come up to you, tell them no and all that. And it gets to the point where you just got to walk off, motherfuckers. So I'm not about to keep repeating myself. But, you know what I'm saying? Jamaica was a dope trip. I got to check that off the list. And we got many more coming up in the future. I just don't know where. Like, just going there really opened my eyes. Like, yo, this shit is fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Going to Miami is something. Going to Vegas is something. Going to Cali is something. But like, we really on tour with it. Like, I'm in the Caribbean Sea, like saltwater. Like, that was dope to me. And you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I came up on a lot of stuff out there. I'm networking with people and shout out to my Canadian homies I met. Like, it was just great vibes and everything, you know what I'm saying? And then, back to reality. We left out there. We got there Friday. We left Wednesday, and back to reality Thursday. And, you know what I'm saying? I've really been thinking about the podcast. Is like, the Canadian homies I met, they do podcasting, and I'm just like, yo, let me get back into this, because I do music, but with the music, it's just so much you got to deal with as far as like producers and getting beats off of YouTube, and it'll say free, but in reality, that stuff ain't free. Like, they'll get you with the flagging and copyright claims and all that shit. And when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, I'm putting so much work into this song and whatever just to upload it to YouTube, following the guidelines, and they'll copyright it and take that shit down. So I'm like, with the podcast, and this is all me. I'm one man army right now. So it's like, I'm just, it's my raw vocals, you know what I'm saying? The little effects I put on there, but this is me. So I feel more comfortable just doing like podcasting and stuff like that. And hopefully my fan base grows to where I can expand and get, a building and whatever, and, have a lot of guests and whatever, and really, turn this shit up. So, right now, this is my, I guess, my re-debut episode. Let's talk with 4Q. I do apologize for the inconsistency of, where I've been and what I've been doing. But, so a lot of shit I've been, just lost the motivation just due to the fact of, I was making it difficult for myself. This podcast is supposed to be fun, and I noticed, like, I really do like doing this more than making music. Like, and it's crazy, but I really feel like this is more what I want to do versus making a song. Just get it. But I still love music, though. Don't get it twisted. But this is like more safe as far as your hard work not getting thrown down the drain for a copyright claim. You dig? But Yofi Squad, we back in the building. Promise we gonna be consistent. Peace.